Citizens of Phandalin will be a community roleplay opportunity where people can have a character that they can have fun with. If you just want to jump in the tavern and do some in character roleplay, if you have a character build that is maybe not optimized or considered subpar and you want to try to play it and make it usable. If you can't commit to a full campaign but are looking for the feel of a campaign and commitment to a character that you have created, those are options for you to check out the channel. Join when you can, no expectations, and have some fun.
Change, okay.
Greetings.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yay, we're back.
We are back. It's been a long break. It's my fault. But
Well, no
We are
one's
back now.
disagreeing with that, by the way.
we are back now, and welcome to Legends of Methis.
Welcome back.
I am the Kick Butt DM, and I have missed doing this. Some of you
Kiss butt.
kiss butt. I can't even spell my people. I can't even spell.
No, I love it's kick butt for me now.
No, it's kick butt, and that is the reason I'm wearing red today, so that you don't see the blood of my players. Anyway,
I'm scared.
this is Legends of Methis. Welcome to D&D Play 20. We are a bunch of crazy nerds that are lovely people that love to play the Dungeons and the Dragons. And you just saw the little trailer for Citizens of Phandalin, which is an amazing. Anyone can join campaign
Anytime.
at any time. It's actually happening right now on our Discord server. So if you want to have a check that out as well, the link is put in the chat now. So, what is Legends of Methis? For those of you who are watching for the first time, Legends of Methis is a homebrew campaign in a homebrew world created by me. And these three players are trying to figure out what is happening in the world. Because we've been away for a little while, today will be a bit of a longer recap, and I will recap the campaign from the start, but with a bit more emphasis on the last few sessions, so that you remember what happened, and we can take off right where we left it. So bear with me. Usually I have one of the players do it, but this time around, I think it's necessary a longer one, because we did take about a month's break, so everybody's a bit at a loss.
Sorry, what's this campaign again?
So,
Oh man, we were muted.
I'm sorry?
I'm just kidding.
So, Peter is going to get a disadvantage card, whatever those are. Gotcha.
It's called a crit.
It's color crit, yes. First goal of today will be to kill Peter's character. Gotcha. I'm writing that down.
It's a crit, not murder.
Right. So, let's have a look at what has happened from the start. Can I just ask Peter if you want to adjust the map of Methis so that you can see where you guys are on the map cam?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much. So, we had our three. Actually, before I do the recap, can you all introduce your characters? We'll start with
Reintroduce?
Neat.
I don't know who
Well-
I'm playing.
That's concerning, but wait your turn. You've got time to figure that out. Hello, I am Raza, and I'm playing the eccentric, but yet brilliant, little socially awkward rock gnome halfling Nyx, known as, amongst her friends, as Bossy Boots. And she is an artificer leading towards alchemy. And right now she's trying to figure out how to save my forehead's not in center. I'm sorry. And trying to save her friend Cinder from the debilitating disease that is racking his body. And that's pretty much it for now. She's still kicking for now. Who wants to go next?
Next is
Well, okay, never mind.
I'm doing it in order of the Twitch stream.
Oh, okay.
Alright. Well, I am Jonathan. I'm playing Lorcan. Lorcan is a... he's a guardsman, basically. He's a soldier. And he's basically a very, very daft person a lot of the time. Very, would you call it macho? Would you call it macho?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And with his best bromance of Nexus, who's tagging along at the moment. But he goes absolutely crazy and googly eyes over women, which is absolutely hilarious.
You forgot to say what race you are.
Oh, and he's a Dragon Ball.
Bronze, right?
Yes, bronze, yeah, bronze. Been a while.
Right. Peter.
I am playing Cinder Marut, male Firbolg sorcerer.
I didn't know it had been that long. All right.
Wait a minute. I'm checking. Give me a second. Divine soul. And I can inflict wounds.
His calling card in figurines.
Isn't it black something?
What?
Didn't
Oh,
I
and
call
I'm
it-
dying apparently.
You're
All
dying?
the time.
Oh, I was gonna
That's
say, don't
news.
scare me like that.
That's news to me.
And I'm probably the cleanest person here.
Debatable.
Yeah, that's it. I think.
Depends on what sanitizer.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. So, these three people, for various reasons, visited Swiona, one of the major cities of the country of 7 cities, one of the realms in Methis. This realm, and this city in particular, is considered the most advanced scientifically. They have managed to harness electricity, and they have a city that is unlike any other in the world. Each of them visited for different reasons, but it was close to the change of the crystal year. Years are named after crystals in this world, and it was about 2-3 weeks before the change of the year. Because of that, there were celebrations starting to happen and coming all around the city. On the day all of them they arrived, there was a big celebration happening in the center square of Swiona. There, they watched a gentleman tell a tale with a show of lights. However, all three had, and their fourth companion, which is no longer with us in this campaign, Della, a fairy bard, all of them got struck by lightning, summoned from the pillars that connect the electricity in the city. Once each of them were struck by lightning, they felt like their essence transformed into something else, and they witnessed the story that the storyteller, the narrator, was telling the people. Once they've returned to their bodies after experiencing the incredible fight that was happening, they heard a very different tale from what they had just witnessed. They didn't know what all that was about, but once the crowd started to disperse, they looked for each other because they recognized the people that had just experienced the same. Realizing they had something in common, they went out and explored a little clue that had been left for them by the narrator. This clue guided them to search an abandoned labyrinth in a ruined part of the city. There, they also encountered at the center of it, a tomb with what seemed to be a mechanical contraption after solving a numerous amount of riddles to get through the labyrinth. Inside was nothing. Someone had, except for a note, someone had already been there and taken whatever it was that they were supposed to find. Having to track down this person, they started to leave, finding no other clues there. As they did, however, they got cut off by a gang of elves. But elves that were unlike any they had seen. They were darkish and gray in skin. They would come to later discover they were dark elves. And they ran a tavern in the city. They talked their way through, and realizing they were of no concern, the elves let them pass, but they wanted to keep an eye on them. And the party wasn't really ready to fight them, so they obeyed their commands and stayed at the inn, which at the time was called. Does anybody remember what the inn was called before?
No.
Purple Lotus.
The Purple Lotus. Correct.
Nix is like,
The Purple Lotus Inn.
Teacher's
There.
pet.
They
Hmm.
met the Vidalcan manager of the inn and the Vidalcan bard that performed frequently there. After acquainting themselves with the ways of the city, they discovered some dangerously, or should I say concerning news about one of their new teammates, Cinder. Cinder had been hiding this from them, but he has actually been infected with a disease that nobody really knows what it is or how to cure it. He himself is a healer and used to travel from place to place helping others, but now he's the one who needs help. As they try to find clues, it was proposed to Lorcan, tempted, since he was also searching for somebody, that they might have information useful to him if he gathered some information they couldn't find. They would go to the Delin Foundation, which was a foundation in the name of the god of invention, where there was a medical research facility that they were trying to understand what they had found, how they had found it, and what they were doing there. Lorcan, in exchange for information about his lost friend, his brother in arms, agreed and convinced the rest of the party, who didn't take much convincing, to visit the facility with them. Nix was excited to learn more about the god of invention that she's heard so much about and visit this museum of science. And Cinder, if there was a medical research facility, perhaps they could help him. Once they got there, they were surprised. They thought Cinder was one of the patients that had escaped and brought him along into the very secure lab underground, the medical facility. Meanwhile, giving him a bit time to explore and gather information, Larkin and Nix looked around, finding quite a few interesting Easter eggs from other campaigns or previous campaigns, and learning how they could be part of the medical trials, and find the information that Larkin promised the Dark Elves. Cinder, meanwhile, realized that he was not alone in this condition, and there was quite a few others like him. Most of them quite worse off than he was. He had been lucky enough to have a connection to the goddess of healing, who kept him much better than most others. However, he didn't agree with the conditions that he saw everybody else and released the patients from their prison. However, that made a red alarm sound throughout the facility. And managing to escape amidst the confusion, Cinder, with clever misdirection and disguises, pretended to be a doctor. By this point, Lorcan had agreed to take part in the trial to try and find out what was going on there, and met with Cinder, disguised as a doctor. They found what the disease was, what was called, what they were attempting to do, but that there had been no progress in finding a cure. They were actually injecting healthy people with this disease to try and realize what was happening. And all they knew was that within about a month, they would fully transform into some kind of creature. Amongst these patients was Lorcan's brother-in-arms, Nexus, whom he was looking for. Where would be Nix and Della, the other two? Well, noticing that none of their friends were coming back, they try to find their own way to them. However, not being taken there by one of the experienced workers, they found themselves having to tread through traps and labyrinths to try and get to the medical facility, which they successfully reached. Once there, they gathered everyone and caused once again a distraction long enough to try and get out. But they didn't know where the exit was. What they found was the center of the research facility, where they were getting the disease from, which, to most of their surprises, was blood from a demon, Tanner, that was chained up and being electrocuted constantly to keep him from freeing himself. He tried to tempt them to free him, and they had to fight quite a few traps just to go back outside the door. They managed to escape. However, realizing the alarms that were ongoing and the fact that Lorcan refused to now take part in trials, they met, unfortunately, with the director of the foundation, who erased Lorcan's memory of what happened. Cinder had already escaped with Della, and Nix managed to disguise herself, escaping also a mind wipe. Gathering everyone and the now released Nexus, they returned to the tavern, very upset and with more questions than answers. From there, they were visited by the Dark Elves. They needed to hand in the information that they had gathered. This was the deal. However, Nexus sort of betrayed them a little bit and left himself to deliver the information. What he didn't expect was that what he had to offer they already knew. And once he was useless, they knocked him out and threw him to the wolves. The party, realizing the Nexus was missing and had only left a note, went after him and knew that the only place he could have gone was to the Dark Elves' hideout, offering information the Nexus hadn't figured out yet. They were taken there, but again, not with a warm welcome. They were thrown into an enclosed room, and upon realizing that these four misfits also didn't have any information they already didn't know, they locked them in and started to raise the water, releasing some crocodiles.
Yay.
Huzzah.
To finish the job. Party managed to change the projected outcome, getting out of the locked room. And
I think we stormed the zoo.
decimating the hideout. Pretty much all the Dark Elves that roamed there at the time were no match for them. But as they were trying to flee, they came across Nex's unconscious body about to be devoured by the wolves. There was nothing to be done. They had to save him. And they did, but almost at the cost of the rest of them. They managed to leave.
Just about.
But just to find out that the tavern was actually now in severe trouble. It would have to close. their patrons, their owners, were dead. And there were wolves running around the city. The party, I believe, forged the papers to get the tavern passed on to their name. They would bring business back to it, to at least make things a little better than for the poor lady that worked so hard and accommodated them well. They also found the wolves that Cinder had befriended and who had helped them escape. One of them was injured, the other two had already been killed. They saved it and brought him home as a pet or a companion. Just to later find out it was actually a celestial in disguise that was trying to help the council intervene against this gang that roamed freely in the city. Upon resolving the bureaucratic matters of the tavern being in their name and reopening them successfully with a massive night of party at New Year's Eve, Cinder was struck with some bad news. His goddess had made a sacrifice, and she would no longer be contactable for the foreseeable future. His power would remain, but his contact with her weakened, and Cinder could not really handle that after knowing that after learning his mortality was now all the more real. He tried to end it, but his friends helped him through it, saved him, and kept it's really hard to concentrate, guys. And kept him and helped him through it and get back on his feet. They went back to explore the hideout under the council's discretion to prove and earn their citizenship for Swiana. There they found a lot of information, a lot of very interesting loot, including the fact that the narrator who had brought them all together was actually the god of the sea. Which made sense, given that the story they witnessed was very different from the story that he was told. They also met with another god, who they didn't realize was one. Nyx had grown up seeing occasionally a turtle, the only turtle to ever be seen around Methis outside of the Sacred Lands.
Uruguay, sorry.
Johann, the god of the Sacred Grove. He was famous for helping others and being a nomad turtle. But upon ransacking the hideout of the Dark Elves, they realized that he was in fact a god that walked among mortals, which was unusual because all gods lived in the Isle of Knot. They were then visited by an entity who claimed to be bigger than the gods of Methis, who wanted to be part of their pantheon, and who threatened them to stay on their path and away from messing with their plans. Realizing that this group was actually very oblivious to the real issues around land, it erased their memories, made it into a fuzzy dream, all but Cinder. Cinder could not really convince the rest of the party of what had just happened, and is trying to guide them gently, nudge them in the right direction. But they got easily distracted by some major event. A fight, a monumentous fight, one of the biggest of the century, was about to happen. Grayson the Gargantuan, Larkin and Nyx's idol, one of the best gladiators to ever walk around Methis, was about to fight his biggest rival, Nimblebane the Destroyer. Whoop, whoop. They went to see the fight. Who wouldn't? Half the city watched the underground fight. And it was dangerous and it was nearly deadly.
Can I just state, if half the city watched it, it was less underground than people think.
Correct. And They watched it happen, they watched it unfold, and Grayson the Gargantuan prevailed. And with that, he ascended, because gods in Methis are made. He became the best at what he does, and that's enough to become a god. So, his pilgrimage started. Once someone becomes a god in Methis, they become ethereal and walk for miles until they reach the Isle of Nod. Watching this for the first time in 50 years, there had been no gods made in a long time. Everybody had stopped believing that more could be made. But Grayson proved them wrong. Following this unique event, something unexpected happened. As they were watching Grayson cross the bridge into the main city, in his ethereal pilgrimage, I can't.
You
speak
really don't like
tonight.
that word.
He was attacked by demons. One of them, looking suspiciously like the one in the Delling Foundation, had kept underground. The party, trying to save, well, Larkin and Nix not hesitating, trying to save their idol, and Nix and Cinder supporting their friends, they engaged to protect him. Little did they know that Grayson and his etherealness was actually not in danger at all. They fought bravely, but right at the end, as they defeated one of the demons and the other was nearly dead, they were struck with some powerful magic. Larkin and Cinder got under this spell of suggestion, standing on the edge of the bridge, threatening to jump if the fight continued.
I remember that.
Nix and Nexus were unsure of what to do, and in that split moment of hesitation, the demon fled, splitting into two and running in opposite directions, so they didn't know where the real one went. Larkin and Cinder continued to threaten, and we knew that this could last for hours. They tried their best to revert it, but that just caused Larkin to jump off the bridge.
Thanks, guys.
Thankfully, they were trying to help. Thankfully,
Yeah.
there was a railing that prevented Larkin from actually jumping to his death. He hurt himself, which was strong enough to get him out from the spell's effect. So he regained consciousness and was now more furious than ever. Cinder was still severely under the effects and was threatening to jump past the railing. From the distance, Nix looked around and saw a crowd of people starting to surround them, with not very happy looks on their faces. And in the opposite side of the bridge, Grayson the Gargantuan continued to walk as if nothing had happened. They know they need to leave the city relatively quickly in order to save Cinder and Nexus from continuing to develop this condition. They were meant to find Johan, who had said they had information to exchange for some of the things they had experienced and seen. What is going to happen? Can they free Cinder from the spell? Are they going to save him? What is the mob of people about to do? I guess we're going to find out. Now, I'm sorry this recap was a bit long.
Can we chase after the
That
other
was
two
a really
demons?
good one.
Thank
No,
you.
good. I have a complaint.
You have a complaint?
What about my dog?
Your what?
You have a dog?
My dog. My master.
Oh, the
Oh,
pocket
yes.
dog. Yeah, the pocket dog.
I'm sorry.
When did you get the pocket dog out?
He got the pocket dog drink.
Right into
Fine.
battle.
Yes.
Oh, I
He
forgot
wrote
about
it in
pocket dog.
book. I also didn't mention when you guys fought a golf. I
Jeez.
also didn't mention about the times where you got chased by the guards and nearly put in prison. There have been a few shenanigans.
We didn't do anything like that. I don't know what you're talking about. We're not suspicious like that at all.
Sorry, incorrect. It was the man's daughter.
I'm sorry.
Fake news.
Stop helping, Nix.
Fake news.
That There's been a few shenanigans, as you can see, that the party has been involved. But at the moment, there is. I will situate you. I will change the map for you. You are on the bridge. Morgan is down on the railing.
Cinder's threatening to jump.
Cinder is threatening to jump. Nix is on the Mastiff. I believe she's.
The Mastiff is on her.
Yeah, I'm going to send it to the back. Go.
What? Is Cinder on low health or is he just threatening to jump?
He's threatening to jump. He's not necessarily on low health.
Can I? I'm not big anymore. Could you make me smaller?
I can make you smaller, yes, sir.
Could you let me climb up this ladder?
We can. 1 second.
Oh.
One thing at a time because we're having to remember what.
I'm still
Gonna
behind
jump,
myself.
I swear, I'm gonna jump.
Be fresh because I've sent the doctor back.
It's alright, you've already done it before, you're fine.
And I jump.
Also,
One second.
second question. Are we still in? Is this bullet time? Is this
This
initiative?
is not initiative. This is not initiative. But one thing at a time. Cinder, the threat is if they try to attack you or come any closer to you, you will jump. That is the threat that the suggestion made you do. Lorcan, you are no longer under the effects of suggestion. Nix, you are just trying to talk Cinder into not doing this, but it's not working.
Huh.
You have already tried a few things. Nexus is trying to see if he can react in time if Cinder does jump. Cinder, I would like, we'll start with Cinder if you don't mind.
No, it's fine.
I would like Cinder to roll me a D100.
Oh no.
What if Cinder don't want to?
Yeah.
Then Cinder will have the outcome decided by me. Okay. Alright, that's fine. Okay. That's just for me to know. Right.
Wait, I rolled and I don't know what it meant?
Yes, you won't know for now.
That's not fair. Disadvantage for DM.
You will know in time, but not yet. By the way, I believe we had 2 subscriptions this week, correct?
Oh, could I mention something out of game?
Yes.
On the games that I DM, no more reroll points will be given out.
Fair. This
So-
game doesn't get that many reroll points, and I've not seen it break it yet. So for now, I'm cool with it. If you guys start, and I have the rule that you guys can only do 1 reroll per
character?
per roll. So like you roll something, you can use 1 reroll for that roll, and that's it. That's been the rule in this game. I don't know if you guys remember that rule, but that's been the rule in this game. But that also means we have a few karma cards, which before you guys do anything, I would like to see what they are. Clever Talk. It was submitted by Thunderbolt, our great Theron from last night. The legend of the what was this? The thief who was once
Wenny.
who once spoke. I can't say that. I
Who
can't
wants to talk
speak
the
that.
goblin into drinking a poison potion?
Has inspired a randomly determined party member. They get +2 on persuasion checks for 10 minutes. That might be useful to you guys. Another randomly party member suffers a -2 penalty to persuasion checks for the same time period.
I'm not very persuasive anyway.
So I would like somebody to roll me a D4.
That is a good point. I don't actually have physical dice in front of me. Forgot about them.
So, that's
Meanwhile, I will read the others. You find a clue. The entire party may add +2 to 1 investigation check. This was submitted by DBDM. DBDM.
You're correct.
Thank you. We love it. We love you. And the negative is that the entire party each suffers -2 to their next perception checks. I will keep these. I will keep this one.
Great.
So that I remember it. 3. 3 is Cinder. Cinder. You have a +2 to your next persuasion check.
Persuade yourself not to jump.
Yes,
And-
persuade.
For 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
1.
Okay.
1. Nix, you have -2 for your next persuasion check.
I would like
love
to
the
persuade the
persuasion.
DM to let us level.
That will happen actually during the intermission after you guys resolve what is happening right now, which was what I promised last time, which we didn't expect to like will end up being a month of waiting. But you are meant to level after this encounter, which is technically not an initiative anymore, but is not resolved. Which is what I said last time.
Nix has a hand up.
Nix has a hand up. Are we clear on everything else?
I'm never
Right.
clear.
Well, I'm trying my best.
It's
Ah.
not you, believe me.
Yes, Nick.
So, the demon's gone?
The demon is run away, yes, and one is dead. Its body is dissipating.
Okay. But the other one's got the illusion that was going
So
towards the crowd.
they went towards the crowd, both of them, and then they split in different
But
directions.
it's
It's
long gone.
out of sight. As far as you know, it's out of
Is
sight.
the crowd
because
down?
the crowd is approaching the bridge.
Which side is what I asked?
This side.
The bottom side.
Yes. Because so for you guys to get situated, I'll show you back the map of the city, so you understand where you are. So you are at the north of Suiona in this area here, which was where the fight was taking place. So this is the bottom of the map. This is the top of the map of the bridge. So the bottom is back to where you guys came from. The top is towards the center of the city.
Oh, right, I see.
Okay? So you get a sense of what's happening. And the crowd is big. There's a lot of people. Because when you guys came through and saw the start of the fight, people were still coming out. If you remember, there was a bunch of rules for you guys to get out quickly. And
Ahead of all the crowd, yes, I remember.
That crowd is getting bigger and bigger because, as I said, nearly half the city was there.
Oh, no.
Has the crowd reacted to the demons running
You
into it?
can an inside check on the crowd if you want.
Okay. I was gonna. Okay. That's actually another roll I was gonna do. But since that is good. 12 plus. Okay. 16.
The crowd is angry.
Crowd is
Angry?
angry with us or the demons running into the crowd?
You are not sure.
What?
It is angry and is angrily stalking towards the bridge.
Okay, so just to have a tactical vision of this battle. So demons have gone into crowd and have gone from sight.
Yeah,
Illusion.
so 2 demons. One which looked like the one that was imprisoned, which is you guys killed, and the body is dissipating, and it's still on the bridge. And then a bigger demon.
He split into
more
2.
Powerful. That seemed to have split into 2 and ran into the crowd, dodged it, and it went in 2 different directions.
But they're out of sight.
Out of sight.
Both
right
of them.
Now. You can't see either of them, right?
Yeah.
Right now, yes.
Okay.
Great.
Could Nix do?
And he took the powerful staff that the other one.
Oh, damn it. Really?
No, we couldn't do anything. So Nix is like bullet time right now in her mind. Could she?
You just saw Lorcan jump off.
Yes.
And get hurt and be knocked out of it.
Yes, but I do believe she checked that. But like she checked the hand. And
Yeah.
Nexus.
With
As
sense. Yeah.
With
well.
what?
Sense. You made sense after.
Oh, did I? Okay.
Yes.
I didn't know. I didn't know Lorcan made sense. It's
Can
fine.
Nix? This is a question for the DM. Would Nix be able to do a contest? It's basically wisdom versus intelligence. It's her logical mind tugging at her emotional side. She's like, do I chase this demon down and curiosity and finish it off, or see where it's going, or do I help Cinder, my friend, or Nexus? Could I do a contest of intelligence and wisdom?
The way I want you to do that, I want you to give me a Arcana check. Straight roll.
16.
Okay.
Not the best roll.
And
No.
then I would like you to give me a. Are you proficient in?
Yes.
Are you proficient in nature?
The one thing of all the things.
You are.
No, but she's not bad in it. She's not proficient though.
Okay. Are you proficient in? Let me look. Let me see. Actually, you know what? Are you proficient in survival?
Probably not.
She's okay with it, but she's not proficient in it.
Okay, what wisdom stuff are you proficient on besides perception?
It's a perception.
Perception. Okay.
But
Well,
again, she's gonna not proficient, but decent. Decent.
Cinder inches forward toward the
Oh,
edge.
roll me a straight wisdom.
Straight wisdom save, wisdom check.
Just wisdom check.
Well, that's pretty much the bonus sword I got from.
From those, yes. But I'm not gonna name it.
Oh my goodness. 7.
So you'll interpret this as you will, but your intelligence won against your wisdom.
Do I not get to roll an intelligence contest? Or is it, are you...
That was the Arcana was.
Oh, I'm a dum-dum. Yeah, I kind of was something like that. Raza the dum-dum. Nix is not dum-dum.
So yeah, the intelligence is winning. No, interpret that as you will. While she's doing that, Lorcan,
Lorcan wants to climb this ladder.
you can climb the ladder. However, you know because you remember what you were just threatening to do and what triggered you to do it.
Okay.
And you know the ladder is technically making you get closer to Cinder.
And then I can
Right.
jump.
If I get, how close do I have to be to Cinder to get him to jump?
Where is the ladder that you want to climb?
It is below him, but how close can I be to Cinder and not get him to jump?
He said that if anybody gets closer,
Fine.
you remember that you were saying that yourself.
Hmm.
So you understand what he's doing.
I think, have we warned him not to get close to Cinder?
Cinder,
Yes.
Nick's kind of
Everybody's aware.
Cinder's not damaged, is he?
No.
Well,
It's gonna be a little. Can I throw my hammer at Cinder
You can.
and knock him off it?
You can
It's
throw
like,
the
what?
hammer at Cinder.
I'm sorry.
Well, I realise that my fall has woke me up, but
Correct. That is a good point.
what do I need to do for that?
Roll an attack.
Is it just a straight attack?
Roll an attack.
I'm sorry.
Wait, though, make sure it's something you can throw.
Yeah.
Javelin or hand
Oh. I wanted to throw my warhammer, but that's not going to work then, is it? Can I
Yeah.
not just... Oh.
Unless you want me to use it as an improvised weapon, so you wouldn't have proficiency.
I don't know. What do I have in my inventory? I have hand axes.
You can do a hand axe throw, yeah.
Is that going to be enough to knock him backwards, though?
goes, and Cinder's dead.
It depends on a few things, so roll your attack.
Can I do it so that it doesn't slash him and it just hits him on the head?
Yes, you can choose what type of damage. So you can try, if you're proficient at throwing hand axes, you also know how to throw it in a way that the handle's going to hit him rather than the axe.
What do you class as proficient?
You are proficient with hand axes.
Yeah, I hope so.
You are. Yes, you are.
Alright. Am I?
The rule says otherwise.
That is an 11.
I believe an 11 doesn't hit Cinder. You know you've just been attacked.
No, he's not been attacked. This axe was just being. I just threw it over my back, you know.
Perception.
It's just like.
Actually, yes. Roll deception check, Larkin.
Perception.
Larkin is like, yeah. Oh,
I have advantage on deception. Ooh.
you do. Why?
I see him threatening to attack me,
I not
and I lose my balance.
Is that 20? Okay, so you literally inched forward, Cinder, because you saw that thing
Yeah, he thought it was just a
Past you.
stick that just fell.
The way the Lord looks at you and he's like, "Oh, that's fine. That was not at you."
Did you get it? Did you catch it?
Methis, did you catch that?
Yeah, you question it. You're not sure.
Oh, for God's sake.
Cinder, do you want to say anything? Do you want to do anything?
Can I jump off the ledge to chase the stick?
The stick went
Stick went-
behind you.
Didn't go there.
Yeah, you would jump off the ledge.
So jump backwards. Jump backwards.
But
Oh.
your suggestion is to stay on that ledge
I
for as
would.
long as you can.
Yeah, I would probably stay because I'm being compelled to, right?
Yes, but you can still speak. You can still say things.
I warned you not to come closer.
None of us have come closer.
You just threw that at me.
I was throwing that to Nexus. As you saw, it almost hit him.
Is that true, Nexus? And when I turn, I'm gonna start to lose my balance.
What?
That is accurate, for Cinder.
Nice,
You
Cinder.
want to do another dexterity save?
Don't ask him that. He'll decide to fall.
He's playing his character. Cinder is tripped all the time.
I fall face down onto the grate. And when I get up, I've got the pattern of the grate embedded in my face.
Yeah, that
Okay.
doesn't surprise me either.
Cinder, roll me 4d6s.
Ouch.
Sheesh, we're 40 feet up?
Sorry, 5.
Yeah.
Oh,
5d6.
you know, that ain't
Now you
right.
regretted it.
Oh, wow.
I just wanted the grate pattern on my face.
There you go. You definitely got it.
That's
27
not gonna come off
damage.
quickly.
For you, just so you know, when Larkin rolled the 5d6s, you rolled 17. You rolled 27.
Oh, I'm face down on the grate, spread eagle.
Give me a wisdom save with advantage, please.
Can I, as he's fell over, pretend to try and catch him, and just let him fall anyway?
Roll me a dexterity and a deception check.
Oh, I'm
Well,
just.
he's just for flavor, though.
I want to see how good he does it, though. He can do it. It's just how good he does it.
Dex 6, Deception, and that 20.
Okay. Wasting those nat 20s, I love it. So everybody believes that you wanted to catch him, but everybody also knows that there was no way you're going to catch him.
Am I next to him now, though?
You can, yes.
I can be next to him.
I want Cinder to roll me a wisdom save with advantage.
Okay.
Well, this is all happening. Am I as Nick's free to
Yes.
act?
Yes, I just want to see the wisdom save first. With advantage. 15. Let's see.
17, isn't it?
Huh?
Isn't that a 17?
No, it's
No.
15.
Oh, was it a 15 save? No, a save, I meant, like,
Nothing soon.
the DC.
Oh, I don't know. I'm about to check.
I feel like I remember it being about 17.
Tell
Yeah,
me
no,
what you want, what you really, really want.
Here's a difficult one. You remember it being higher, and you're right.
Higher than what? Oh,
Higher
the
than a
DC.
15. And it has been a long time, so before I say anything, I will allow, if anybody wants to use a reroll for it, before I determine the outcome. Because you guys don't remember.
If I try and slap him awake, would that give him advantage?
He's already.
Oh, he's already. God damn
You
it.
can roll with advantage.
I will get them.
I'm
Unless
fine.
you have inspiration, Peter. Do you have inspiration?
For inspiration.
But I already roll with advantage.
Yes, but you can.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
well,
have
pretty well.
inspiration.
Okay, so it's up to you whether you want to, whether anybody wants to use but you don't remember. It's with advantage. So
Ah.
you roll twice again.
I'm trying to fail here.
You want to stay in this suggestion? Feel
Ah.
free. There you go. You have failed.
No.
He is still in the suggestion. Now very close to death, I believe.
You hear me going, oh, I got it.
Since I'm next to him, can I grapple him?
Sure. But before you get there, let's see what Nix is doing while this is
Oh,
happening.
yeah. No, that's fine.
Okay. Before we decide Cinder's fate. So cold logic won out, which is a bit weird for her. It hasn't happened in a long time. She sees the situation with Cinder. She sees the demons that are gone, and sees these attempts are not really working. She coldly just pulls it. She's got a crossbow on her. She pulls out a dark tincture and she like coats it, and she just looks at neck. Is anyone standing in front of Cinder? Or is Cinder
Right now, Cinder's on the railing.
on the
No,
rail?
he's-
Is he leaning? Is he flat or is he up?
He hasn't woken up yet.
He fell, yeah.
He fell. Okay.
But you can
Okay.
approach the edge and wait for him to get up. You just need
She-
to tell me what you want.
Yeah.
You really, really won.
She's still on her fluffy little mastiff, so she's going to wait for him to get up, and then she's going to try and shoot him in the butt with a
Okay.
crossbow. With she's going to cloak the drow poison. Hmm.
You have to get closer to the edge. From where you are, you can't see it.
You're trying to butt shot him.
Yeah, so she would have urged her noble steed forward and looked over.
Okay. Cinder. Lorcan. Contest of strength acrobatics or strength?
I won't resist.
Oh.
You will not resist.
It's Lorcan. Beefcakes.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Is it just strength or?
you grapple him.
Okay.
Next, he's up because Larkin is holding him up.
Okay.
No, I'm
And-
holding him.
and
I'm
now-
not even grappling him on the floor.
Oh,
Okay.
And now Lorcan's in the line of fire.
No, not really.
No, she's got a good angle.
Unless he does a nat one, he's fine.
Well, that's for the reroll points as well. One reroll point as
yes, yes, it is.
Imagine, you shoot him with a draw poison, Larkin gets hit, gets incapacitated, and Cinder jumps off. Nix is like,
Okay.
Don't do that.
I assume a 14 doesn't hit him, so I'm going to reroll that. 14 doesn't hit you, does it, Cinder?
No.
No, alright.
please place your reroll.
One reroll, and it's been. Let's try this one. Yeah! I'm gonna keep that die. 17 plus 5, I think that hits.
22, I believe hits you, right, Cinder?
Yes.
Please roll me a Constitution save.
Okay.
Oh, and roll damage, please.
Could she's not gonna kill him, because she'd be aiming at like a non-fatal
Yes.
part, like the leg.
Yes.
I don't like
Instead the
sentences
fight,
like that.
which is non-lethal. So please roll me damage, though.
Nat 20.
No, you didn't get a nat 20. You got a 13 plus 7.
Oh, that's true. I saw the 20. I got
That's
excited.
fun. I can be honest about that. Huh?
But I want damage because
I can still jump.
we'll see about that. Because
You'll try.
no, you can't.
Mr.
Oh,
Grapple.
I didn't roll. I will roll the damage.
Roll damage. Cinder, I believe you have taken 47 points of damage, plus now another 7. Does the draw poison do damage or does it do fast?
Zidra poison. It does not do damage. It just does a con save, which he passed with flying colors.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Alright. Cinder,
Yes.
how's your health?
Low.
Should I? Ooh, how come my health isn't changing there? 15.
You're at 15 after 30.
Yep.
4 points of.
After 27 points.
Right.
Did I just
you
take more damage?
You just took another 7, yes.
Oh, okay. Let me just take out 7, 8.
All right. You can still jump, I guess, but you're being grappled. What is your intent, grappling him, Lorcan?
Well, I'm stopping him from jumping off the blinking edge. What do you...
I'm just asking if you would try to move
To
him.
finish what she was
Oh, I'm
doing.
not trying to move him, no. I'm just saying, Cinder, stop. Just behave.
Seeing that it hit him, but the poison has not taken effect, can she then just look at Nexus? Well, she look at Locke. She sees that Locke has grappled him. She goes, keep them safe, and she's gonna come, and she's gonna urge a massive into the crowd towards where the demon went.
Okay, we're
That's
gonna
what
get to that.
Yeah, and that's where I want to leave it, and then you go.
Okay. Next is good. Hey, Larkin.
Is there any more of that potion shit? Stuff.
I don't know, but I know what can help, and
What?
Nexus
What?
steps onto the ledge.
Yeah, don't you dare jump.
And he says,
If you fall, I'll be a pancake.
I like the idea,
How's that an idea? I said don't.
but that's not what he does. You see that he grabs your hand axe and tries to do the same that you did.
Bear.
Cinder, I would like you to contest Lorcan as you try to jump out. So contest of strength between the two of you.
Oh, okay.
Strength
Or-
ability?
Yeah, strength ability.
Please do it at disadvantage, Martin, because Nexus rolled a nat 1, which means he hit you.
It won't
So
matter.
I got hit by an axe,
By the handle, yes.
so I get stunned basically. Okay.
Right. So it's strength at disadvantage, or athletics, or acrobatics.
It's alright. I got a 4 in each, so
Four.
I got an 8.
An
Where's it?
8.
He's stronger.
Right. So you nearly both fall off.
Will you stop messing around, Cinder? Wake up.
Let me go!
Can I slap him?
You can slap him.
You could headbutt him.
Wait, no, I can't unarm and attack him. That's bad for me.
Why? What?
My unarmed attacks do not.
I rolled a
apply.
15 to persuade him to let me
Headbutt
go.
him. Just knock him out.
Fine, I will whack him one.
Okay, try.
And I will roll.
What did you try to persuade? Oh, Cinder, you have a 15 persuasion to try and get you to let him go.
Yep.
Are you trying to pretend to be okay, or are you just trying to ask him to let you go?
I want him to let me go so I can jump.
Give me a wisdom save.
By the way, that is water under us, right?
Why do I need a wisdom save? I just said I was punching him.
It's water, yeah.
Do I need a wisdom save to punch him?
No, but he tried to persuade you to let it go before.
Oh. I didn't. Okay. Wisdom.
Wisdom save.
That's 18.
Okay, you are not persuaded.
And he's getting punched.
He's getting punched. 17. Does 17 hit you, Cinder?
Ooh.
Yes.
7
Wait,
points of damage.
how
Please
much?
give me 7.
I have 1 point remaining.
Please do me a wisdom save with advantage. Actually, you should do 2 because I didn't get you to do 1 after Nate.
And can I re-grapple him? If I'm not.
I think it's for
You
grappling.
headbutted him, so you didn't really release the grapple.
Oh, right. Fair.
Cinder, do me a wisdom save with advantage, and if that fails, you need to do a second one because you should have done one when Nick's.
A
Sorry.
17 and an 18.
Okay, 18 is enough.
Finally.
Cinder, you are no longer under the effects of suggestion. You are very aware that you are dying and trying to jump off, which will finish the job.
Could you pay attention, lad? Stop trying to kill yourself.
What's going on?
What's going on? You tried to jump to your death.
And you stopped me?
Well, partly. I mean, Nexus. Well, we tried.
I don't feel so. I'm feeling a bit woozy.
Well, you did jump. Again.
I think I'm gonna barf.
I just push his head over the side. Like,
Okay.
soon, instantaneous. No, not again. Never again. So if I have to, I will force his head into the railing so I don't get barf on me.
I will.
You have barfed on him before. He didn't appreciate it.
Nexus, he's all yours.
It's like, I know, that's you.
No. And I tie him up and I leave him for Nexus.
Can I? Well, I was gonna cure wounds myself, but I guess not.
You can shoot. Don't worry, you can do that. Meanwhile, something is happening.
Yeah.
Whilst you three are engaged in that. Nix, you galloped on your mastiff towards the crowd. You expected the crowd to part ways, to let you go after the demons you were just fighting, just like it part ways for the demon. But they actually block your way.
There's no way around them. It's just like a sea of people.
It's just a sea of people, and they seem to be blocking your way purposefully.
Are they all like linking arms or what?
Linking. Right.
How did I get down here?
Because you're an idiot.
Wait,
What do you do?
how did you get down here?
Because I'm an idiot.
Oh, okay.
Just from a logical point of view, and a tactical one perhaps, does she see any possible way to, even if she slips through, is she just going to get pushed and kicked, or like, if she notices the crowd is purposely being like a blockade, is it safe to assume that not, even if she tries to squeeze past, they're just not going to let her through? Is it impossible to get through?
It's not. Nothing is impossible.
Can she? Yeah.
But
Difficult.
difficult and potentially dangerous.
Angry mob.
And you are angry mob, and they seem to be angry at you right now.
What? Why?
Right, so she stops her advance and again sees that this is not going to work. She's got nothing to get past an angry mob. She's going to U-turn her mass back towards the group to tell them that there's other things happening.
Right. As you U-turn, you see that some of them start to follow you into the bridge.
Guys! She calls her, she urges a massive, go.
So we are in the process, I think, of trying to climb up now.
Yes, you are climbing up.
I think I gave up on trying Cinder up because I thought it would just be easier to push him up a ladder.
Right. Okay. So, are you both getting up then?
Actually, Cinder is underneath me. He's not going above me up a ladder.
Okay.
Just want to make that clear.
I was
right?
gonna drip.
I
Stuff.
knew that Cinder would think of something.
All right. Just to clarify, let me just check something. Right. So, just to clarify, you guys climb up the railing and back onto the bridge, and you see Nyx
Skip to a halt.
galloping on her mastiff towards you, and people starting to gather into the bridge. You remember that when you first started to fight the demons, they didn't look like demons. They looked like Nimbleway. The first one that you guys killed.
Oh no!
They look like what?
The Tanaruk, the one you
Look
guys
like
killed,
Nimblebang.
looked like Nimblebane, but you guys saw past the illusion.
Oh no! They thought we just killed Nimblebane.
Yeah, I'm jumping. How far down is the water?
Anyone know any cool wall spells?
They are
Hide
starting to come
spells?
onto the bridge.
Does Nick get? Is Nick's back yet?
Yes, you are back on.
And actually, the master almost comically cartoon almost like comes to a skid. She's, whoa! Yes. She points at the angry mob that's forming and coming on the bridge. She goes, we need to go. Now, is he okay? She points to Cinder. She doesn't know if he's normal yet.
A little.
A little fine. Is there a way that we can get off this bridge that doesn't involve going back to where she went?
I
Yeah,
have a-
so there is
The other end of the bridge. Bridges have two sides.
Yeah, but
on that end as well.
yes, that's what I meant.
Of Grayson's pilgrimage.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, but they're fine. They've not.
What I meant was, is this a kind of bridge that has any maintenance like stairwells? Is there a way down to the side, or is it just one side,
There
the
is
other
a-
side?
That's the river below.
I'm
Yes,
not
it-
jumping off a bridge now.
Hang on.
I would like to use a first level spell slot to cast Disguise Self and disguise myself as Nimblebane.
Okay, I want you to do a sleight of hand.
Do what? Slate of
Give me a
hand?
sleight of hand. With advantage because
Oh.
there's
Okay.
there's people around you.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Alright. So what do you do once you disguise yourself as Nimblebane?
That's all I got. I don't know what else to do. Help me, people. Help me. What do I do?
So if we see him do that,
Yeah, you guys are aware,
Oh.
but the people suddenly just see a Nimblebane appear.
you see Nyx looks at. Is
And
it?
the crowd stops.
But you have to roll to see if she understands fully what's happening, why they're coming after her. Like, is this because they think we killed Nimblebane, or is this more?
You insider
The
them,
demonic-
you weren't even sure if they were angry at you. Now you are more certain that they were blocking your way actively.
Hmm.
But I mean, there could be multiple reasons why they're angry. But right now, this is all happening at once. There's a lot happening. So I don't know if you would be aware of the reason.
Right.
Stop, my friends. These are my besties.
They figured it out that it's probably to do with Thimblebane. You have an inkling that that's a possibility.
Hmm.
You don't know it for
Yeah.
certain, but you know
Okay.
it's a possibility.
Does anyone know? Have an idea why Isn't so angry at us? I'm sure, like, look at it because she's trying to gauge what to do next, and she sees the Nimblebane, Cinder. She goes, maybe just try and. If you're gonna do that, you try and intimidate our way out of this. She points at him.
Arr. Arr.
What did you say as Nimblebane? My people?
I said, my people.
My besties.
These are my best friends. Do not attack them.
Deception.
Cinder, I don't think Nimblebane had friends.
He does not. Out the corner of my mouth. He does now. 11.
The crowd starts to move again towards you, seemingly more angry.
I shake his hand.
See, he's my friend. Okay.
And I'll pull him close and give him a big kiss.
No.
Definitely. Alright. The crowd's moving closer. What are you guys doing?
So
That's
out of
got to at
everyone-
least shock him.
Out of everyone,
Yes, it definitely shocks them,
Out
but
of-
they're still coming.
out of everyone, is Nexus the most healthy looking right now? We're all taking. Nyx is good, but she
everybody
does.
has taken some damage.
But how good?
Morgan and Cinder are definitely the worst ones.
Yeah.
How good does Nexus look compared to them, though?
I don't even remember
What a
what
crazy
I
idea.
what I
But-
look like in this form.
Looks him up and down real quick.
He looks hurt. But, like,
How hurt?
he's not half. He's above half.
Okay, how high are we?
Too high.
We are, well, just between yourselves and the railing is 50 feet.
Can I
To the water
take an
is
action?
200. Sorry?
Can I take an action?
What are you trying to do? What else are you trying to do?
I want to slam my staff on the ground and cast Mass Cure Wounds on my party.
Oh, I like that.
I like that.
Okay, but the crowd, I will get,
Will they get healed as well?
And I'll roar at the crowd as I do
no,
it.
but I want to have some sort of marker so you guys can be advancing crowd.
Ah, fair.
So whilst you do that, you can roll for it. I will.
Oh, wow. That's horrible. Okay, that is 14 points of healing.
What's that happen?
And that is the end of my staff because I don't want to use the last charge.
No, don't use the last charge.
But 14 healing to all of us.
It's not terrible.
No, it's very good, thank you.
Let me check. Let me just get that solid for you guys.
How much? 14. Ooh, very nice.
Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm gonna just draw the map.
AFK for a sec.
Okay.
No worries. Just gonna draw. This is, I'm gonna draw here the advancing mall. That's where they are now. So, once Cinder heals, what do you all want to do?
Nix has a crazy idea.
Okay, go for it.
She looks down at the water, looks at everyone, sees Cinder kind of like as she's looking at Nix to see if he's the candidate. She sees the restoration magic. She's probably gonna help a little bit more. Everyone, and she's gonna remove her bag of holding from her shoulder,
Excuse me?
and
What?
she's going to look into it, and she's going to put it next to the edge, and she's gonna look. She's gonna turn to everyone. She's gonna give them the sweetest smile. She goes, "Everyone, get in."
You get the ba.
She looked at the book.
You have to say that.
Hmm.
They wouldn't know. You would know, but
Yeah. So she again, if they don't hear, so she goes, "You need to trust me and get in the bag." This
I
one.
can't fit in
And
that.
hold your breath is what I'm telling you.
How can I fit in that?
And it's because he's asking, he's not sure. And then you're gonna have to hold your breath.
How do I fit in a bag?
He's medium sized. He can
He can
crawl into the bag.
Correct, you can fit it. You don't know you can because you don't know this bag is endless, but you have seen her take things bigger than what you thought
So
would fit in there.
so she,
Back, right?
Yeah.
it's based on yeah. So she's gonna be like, it's bigger on the inside. Trust me. And she's like, get in the bag. She's gonna she's not asking. She's telling them.
I need to roll. I can't say I'll just crawl into a bag. I'm sorry. Right. Yeah.
It's a question of how much you trust Nyx. I would like you to roll.
I do
insight.
trust her,
Yeah.
but it's also a bag.
Roll me inside.
Insight. A 12, 13.
You know that the reason she's asking you to do this is probably to do with some escape plan. It's whether or not you're willing to do it.
How long do I have to hold my breath?
Not long. It's just to make sure we don't get hurt on our way down. She looked down at the water.
How long?
Probably no more than a minute.
How long is a minute?
She looks at him.
You know you can hold your breath. What's your constitution?
16.
So you can hold your breath for about 4 minutes.
Oh.
1 minute is quite quick.
Okay. No worries. Okay. Do I need to do any roll to get into a bag?
No, but you can do me an acrobatics.
I got a 10 plus 5, 15.
You're fine.
I just backflipped into that bag. So hard. Yeah.
Yeah, he did the anime and dived in.
Hey, that's one. She looks at Cinder. Oh, we'll wait for Cinder to come
We'll
back.
wait for Cinder.
But
Are
she-
you gonna hand it to Nexus? Starts to get in the bag.
Come on. Yeah, what? No, gently. She's gonna we're trying to help her get you. Like,
Nexus.
still, not like a little worm. Still.
Nexus is wider
Mm.
than Lorcan, but
She's trying to make him wriggle and stuff.
he got a 23, so Nexus kind of looks at you and goes, you didn't know, but he kind of dislocates both his shoulders. and squeezes in and
I'd rather had you kept wriggling.
Does Logan feel him, or are we in separate compartments in a bag?
No, so when you step into this bag, you see what's behind me
Yep.
in the background. It's kind of like this bit, this bluish.
I see
kind of-
twinkly stars.
Yeah, it's kind of like the void of space.
So it's nothing.
It's nothing. There's no air. It's in the vacuum. But Nix, what do you have?
I
in the
get
bag
out.
holding?
What next?
You don't see an opening anywhere either.
Yeah, it's just like a
Great.
interdimensional space.
Why am I suddenly now in space?
There's things floating in the bag. Like what?
So is
So I
in the void, they see a scroll. They see that alchemy jug that's just kind of like bobbing. They see something like chainmail, like spinning through the void. They see the sending stones that she has with Della, kind of the pairs is kind of like almost like orbiting each other.
Do I see a nexus? Is ours?
Do you see a nexus kind of like
floating there, looking where he just came from, but there's nothing. So he tries to reach for it, but there's nothing.
It's at this point where you can see like a bottle of whiskey kind of floating nearby.
Oh, I grabbed that. No, the whiskey works.
And then all sorts of paraphernalia. There's like the balls.
I can't drink it right now, but I'll
books.
sniff it.
But yeah.
Yeah.
What? Oh yeah, I can't,
You can't
do
sniff.
that. God damn it.
So you open it and
I
you
will
go
lick
to
the bottle.
sniff, go to sniff, and the amount of time you can hold your breath reduces in half.
Fuck.
So it's only 2 minutes that you can do it now.
Well, no, I didn't blow any air out technically.
No, but you tried to inhale nothingness.
Okay.
So we have 2 minutes. Obviously, the time that we're waiting for
Curses.
doesn't really count.
Should we
But-
take our break whilst he's not here? Or...
Well, for us to take our break, he needs to change
Oh,
the
yeah.
screen. So not really.
So
But in the meantime, I will remind everyone of a karma card that we have in play.
Oh no. Does it reduce our breathing time?
Last session, which has a positive, which is a permanent positive, which is called celebrity status. The next town the party enters has heard of their heroic deeds. Anytime in the same town, they have a +5 to charisma skill check.
Even though that we apparently killed Nimblebane.
The next town will only hear the good things. The
Oh, brilliant! I'm glad that they are so positive.
tip is that the party is too popular. Everyone notices them. They have disadvantage on stealth whilst in town.
You see, this is why I don't like people.
So this is something that is in play. It will be in play when you guys go over to the next town, which depends where you're gonna go. But you have a few options. I will also remind you of what you had discussed last time. Your options were visit Johan in the Sacred Lands or meet him somewhere else, because he did say he could potentially meet you somewhere else. You guys also wanted to investigate Hua, this town of the Yuan Ti, which you've realized has something to do with the disease. However, you have also learned that sands of the Sacred Grove or of the Wasteland might help heal Cinder and Nexus.
It's a good place to start.
So you can go to the Sacred Grove, which is considered a town, or you can go to Hua, or you can try to start making your way up to the Wasteland. But remember that the Sacred Grove is said to be a wasteland that is protected by magic.
Can I say now after that? if we put Cinder in a bag, will the bag be contaminated?
It is not contagious in that way. It's to do with.
No, as in, will there be black, disgusting stuff all inside the bag?
That is for me to know and for you to find out.
God
Cinder.
damn it.
Not really open.
Cinder.
Yes.
Nix has asked all of you, made it abundantly clear that you have an escape plan that involves jumping off, but that involves you stepping into her bag of holding so that you don't get hurt. Do you, Lorcan and Nexus went into the bag of holding? Do you step in?
They went into it.
They went.
In it.
Who's gonna get us out?
Precisely.
Nix, I believe she's staying out.
Little Nix. But I look like Nimblebane.
Correct.
Stuff Nimblebane in a bag.
But it's only an illusion. We're not big single.
Correct. It's an illusion. You could get
Kidnap
into the bag.
Nimblebane! Kidnap Nimblebane!
Um.
That, she looks at Cinder. How are you still looking really hurt, Cinder?
Oh yeah.
You also know that once Lorcan, Cinder, you would know this probably, that Lorcan and Nexus, Nix told them to hold their breath, so you know that you can't take too long to decide whether you're going to step in the bag
So if I take my time, we get rid of Nix
of Nexus and Lorcan.
or Nexus. Okay, fine. I'll get in the bag, but I'm a tight fit through that opening.
It's an illusion, so actually what they see is parts of Nimblebane going into the bag and part of him staying outside, and then suddenly it all disappears. Cinder, what is your constitution?
600.
Yeah.
It is +4. 18.
Okay,
Ooh.
so you can hold your breath for 5 minutes, you should be okay. He steps in the bag, what do you do next?
Okay.
The
So
mob moves.
the mob is moving. Okay. So with that, 3 people in there. How far is it down again?
By the way, I forgot to answer your question. Especially after his healing, Nex is almost to full. That would have changed.
That would have changed a little bit.
Would she have gone in?
Yeah.
Okay, and what would you have told Nexus?
As Nexus got in, she got Everbear. She would have said, she would have looked at him, would have looked at the water, looked at him, and she's gonna, the way the bag, because she looks towards it, I have a lot of time. The way this bag works is you think what you want and you pull it out. I'm sorry to ask you this, and you're gonna need this. She's gonna give him like a healing elixir for after.
He takes it, he goes back. I'm sorry?
You're gonna jump, and you have to. Yes, she makes sure the master kind of wiggles into the bag.
Okay, so after Cinder, Nick steps into the bag. And Nexus looks at the
Last
bag.
head stick she goes, good luck, and again, try not to take too long because we can't breathe in here. And she kind of like.
What's your constitution?
1. The 12. It's by your plus 1.
Okay, so you have 2 minutes.
That's gonna.
So as soon as Nix gets in, I'm gonna say, "Are we there yet?"
Then your breathing time is reduced in half. It's 2.5 minutes.
A little hand comes out of the bag, and you might need this. She gives him like hempen rope, just to secure the bag to yourself, like to wrap it around.
Does she
you.
get a hand back out of the rope?
Yeah, you can't once you've been in.
No, she hasn't gone in yet.
Oh,
Completely.
okay.
Alright, yeah.
Looks at the rope, takes the rope. You go back in. You see the rope put back in the bag. The bag is closed, and Nexus
Still
goes,
preserve us.
Yeah.
Next goes, hasta la vista, baby! And he jumps off.
And she goes, make sure you're really angry!
No.
They let him go.
Does he hit the metal bit by any chance?
No, he jumps. I mean, we'll see.
I shouldn't have asked, Christ.
Why did you ask?
I'm gonna use Nexus inspiration because he found it, and this is a good moment. Nat 20 or a 28.
Love it.
He leaps. He doesn't hit the metal. He goes straight into the water.
Good.
And let's see how smart he is.
Well.
It's a survival thing, so it's not terrible.
He's a survivor.
I'd say that's enough to know. Let's see if he's quick enough.
Swim.
Yeah. No, I'm checking a few things. Let's see. That's enough. Alright. He jumps up like Superman. Going towards the water, but he knows that it's gonna hurt. So he gets angry, he throws, like Nick said, and he throws the javelin into the water. And then he falls. Let's see how much damage he takes.
Did he go feet first or face first?
Depends on the damage, I guess.
Did he throw the jump to break the surface of the water
Correct.
before he hit it? Yeah, not funny, for sure.
That will take 5d6s off his damage.
Ow. Ow, he dead.
He's not dead because he was raging. So that is half.
Oh.
He's the only one that survived the fall, I think.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for Cinder's healing, he would have been unconscious.
Yay!
Would have given him that push anyway.
So, he jumps into the water. He swims back up. It's a bit more difficult to swim with these root guard legs. Because he's not used to them. At first, it's a bit harder. But then he realizes they're quite adapted to it. So, he paddles out. But he doesn't paddle out straight away. He waits like a little bit to go further down the water, the river. And he comes out a little whiles away. There was a bunch of gasps from the crowd. And he jumps out of the water. He opens the bag and says, think of what I want. And he puts his hand in. Larkin, the whiskey you were holding on to disappears off your hand.
Nexus is floating there.
Do I not disappear with it? That's unfair.
Yes, it disappears off your hand. You look around and you're still just floating.
If Nexus
in the water.
floating there and sees that, she will look up. Nexus!
Up again. You have now 30 seconds left.
How long?
30 seconds. Next is like,
She got mad.
looks his hands again. Do you have any gold in your bag of holding? No? Okay. He pulls his hand and goes, ah. And suddenly, Nix, you feel pulled out and you're almost out of air.
Okay. There was a bit of money in there, to be fair. So he could have pulled it out. Let's
Oh, okay.
check.
Was it gold or not?
It was gold, it was mostly gems. It was
Okay,
2
so-
gold.
Oh yeah, it's all gems.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the gems.
Gems. Okay.
Locust,
So he could have
Nick,
pulled
next
out
to the staff.
some gems.
The pocket change, sure. What's next? He looks at him, looks at the bottle of whiskey. See, he's got the gems in his hand.
Yeah. He goes, I love this bag, and he's about to put his hand again.
She just.
He's like, how do I get them out?
Can't breathe.
Yeah. He puts his hand out. And he's like, asshole! Larkin, you get pulled out.
You just call me asshole.
You don't know that, Nick.
That was good.
And then he goes, disgusting blob. Tinder. You get pulled out. And he's like, this bag is cool. Can I have it?
And she goes, I can make you one. Can I have?
No, but if you can make one, I can keep this one, right?
No, that's mine. it's a personalized one, please. I'll make your own personalized one. Thank you.
Okay. He opens the cork of the healing potion and drinks it.
They'll just put whiskey in.
Yes. She makes it.
No, the healing potion. The healing
No. That's not. She looks at the gems.
And he's like,
And Logan storms up to him and snatches the bottle of whiskey.
hey.
Hey, that's my sword. I pour it first.
In the void.
Who's the healing potion? Is it normal healing potion?
Should be dead. 1 second. But that wasn't English, was it? That was Gnomish, for
No.
anyone that's listening. That is a healing elixir. I don't...
Oh, it's the D6.
It's
isn't
a
it?
D6. Let's see... It's the same one.
You guys had healing potions though. Fine, it's a D6. Heals 3. Alright! Isn't it 3 plus your modifier?
Yeah.
What's your modifier?
Oh,
Yeah.
in intelligence?
Yeah, well, your spell modifier.
Aha. Is +5.
Okay, he heals 8, that's not bad. He drinks it, cracks his neck, and goes, so, what now? And with that, we are gonna go on a break. Because
Oh,
our
that's
plate
me.
have a very well-deserved level up to do.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You
We'll be
escape.
back in.
I had, just to make everybody aware, because this will be a little funny scene, as the crowd gasps, you, Nexus wouldn't have seen this, but let's just say that somewhere running towards the bridge to try and save you was a little changeling starting to transform to pretend to be the mayor to talk the crowd down
Oh, no.
as you guys jump.
They killed themselves.
And we'll go to the break.
Poor her.
all leveled up. Actually, I'm not because Nexus, I forgot to level him up. The DM failed.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay, he's a barbarian. It's not very hard to level him up.
I resent that. But it's very true.
And given that he just jumped off the thing, he has to choose
Between
a
life
path
and death.
to the beast feature. He can every time he short on long rests, he can choose something to have. Was it? What does it do? Cosmic.
I don't know.
I actually don't know. So the feral power within you increases, causing the natural weapons of your form of beast to count as magical for the purpose of overcoming resistance and immunity, because he has claws and stuff. And you also alter your form to help you adapt to your surroundings. When you finish a short or long rest, choose one of the following benefits, which lasts until you finish the next short or long rest. Right now is swimming. He gains a swimming speed equal to his walking speed, and he can breathe underwater because he just jumped off a bridge into a river. But he can choose it. We can choose. You can tell him what you're gonna need from him: climbing, jumping, or swimming. You can tell him after every morning or after every short rest what you'll need him to be able to do, and he can.
Cool.
He's adaptable like that. So there you go. That was very quick.
Turned into a bug.
I said climbing, jumping, or swimming. I didn't say wild shaping. Okay? There you go.
Does that mean you can turn into a spider?
I said no. I said evil.
I know.
This is
That's not funny.
Anyway, I have put on the map where you guys are currently, outside of the city wall,
In a river.
in a river. Well, out of the river. You're in the margin of the river. And what do? You are currently outside the city walls.
Are we on land?
Yes, you just came out of the
I was
margin.
gonna say I'd like to be on land.
You are.
Nix will like to go look at Nexus to see what kind of damage he took from the fall.
How help? It's not as bad as you tell you would be.
Yeah, kind of gives him like a look over.
Is the mob still going down the bridge?
Wait, tell
He swam a bit further down the river.
Can we hear them?
You can definitely hear the commotion. You see that there is crowd, which
Will
it's
it?
occupying the whole bridge. now.
Would it be safe going back to the tavern?
Give me a survival.
Mm.
To determine if you're gonna survive.
Going back to the tavern, yes. No, I understand. Ooh,
Just one
19.
Just four Mirand's.
I'm 19.
He would have been fine even if he right was over here. What? Yes?
19.
19. So there is a chance you would be, because half the city is gathered in one spot, but that could attract attention. The fact that you guys have something to do with that tavern and bring problems to the tavern.
Do we have everything with us?
That you would need? Usually, yes.
I was asking everyone else.
Oh.
Do we have everything with
It was
us,
good for the
everyone?
voice of the gods to speak up to the gods.
Yes.
We didn't
Uh,
bring any alcohol.
Really?
She points at the
Are you
whiskey
sure?
bottle in both her hands.
I guess this'll be a dry trip.
Oh, that reminds me. Nexus,
Actually,
can I have my axe back?
before he threw it back at you and hit you,
Oh, I know.
It's still up there, isn't it?
it will probably still be up there, yeah.
I'm gonna get you training on that.
I would like one of you to roll me a.
Not it.
Hey.
Wait. Give me a second. Roll me a d6.
Good, yeah.
Anybody.
Go on, Ramon.
Yeah.
Is that good?
High is good, right?
Sixes are usually good.
So, right now, the weather is clear and cold. I was checking if like it was gonna rain. It's a good day to make a journey.
Are we getting hypothermia? Or are we?
It's definitely winter. It's cold, but here in the seven cities, it doesn't get that cold.
We're
Oh,
dry,
it's fine.
but Nixus is wet, so he'll have a level of exhaustion, right?
He's not wet. Nexus is. Oh, Nick. Yeah. Okay. I always confuse when you say Nix and Nexus. No, Nexus doesn't really. That's not really a problem to him right now.
That's good.
It's not that cold. It's not like nowhere near freezing. It's winter, but it's like 10 degrees. It's not. It's not freezing.
I think it would be wise to leave the city.
Well, I would love to leave, but I'm a little sleepy.
It's
When we get out of the city, can we like find some place safe to rest?
Well, there might be something on the way.
Where are we going?
That is a very good point.
I mean, I remember you said wastelands, and you look points at Nick. I remember you also said Sacred Grove.
I remember desert.
I remember
North.
something to the serpent people.
First of all, she's gonna slap his leg.
Ah.
That's what's taking too long to get us out of the bag. She's going to smile. She goes, and that's sort of doing a good job. And she's gonna give him a pat.
That is not a
And
good
she's
enough
gonna and
reward.
she's going to reach into the bag of holding.
That's not a good enough reward for me doing a good job. I jumped off a bridge.
And
for you.
she's going to so talking. Let's see. 1 second. And she's going to pull out. I wonder if I got another one in here. Stand by. In the meantime, she's gonna pull out a potion of healing and give it to him.
Nope, not good enough.
You need this.
And she's looking for an extra bottle of alcohol in here. I didn't think she does. Oh, she does! She rummages it in and she pulls out a bottle of rum.
He takes it, looks at you. Takes a deep breath. Guess he'll do.
She goes, keep that up and you can have the next one. And she takes the potion of healing off because she didn't want it. For emergencies. I have one thing to say though. Our changeling friend. We should probably send word to her that we're leaving.
Yeah.
Because we need to warn proprietor of the inn that there might be people coming, an angry mob. I feel bad to leave them behind like that.
Didn't you say aren't you able to like talk to Della and stuff?
I could talk to Della, but there's not a guarantee. Della hasn't been talking to me in a while.
Right. So who can you talk to things? I mean, you talk to weird animals. He points at Cinder.
Yeah, next looks up.
Can't you have like some bird or something talk to Fang or something, and Fang can talk to them?
I have speech of beast and leaf, but
Birds are beasts.
That's what he says. It's a creature.
I can talk to a leaf.
Makes face palms.
And maybe an animal or two, but I don't feel like it right now.
So you need to tell Fang where we're going.
Well, you can always give them a letter, right?
Hey,
Have
I said let's go north. What's north other than water?
So the river continue. Okay, I will switch you back to the main map. No, the world map. So there's a little river north of the city It's like tiny. That's why it's not even marked on the map. And north there is nothing. The next city north would technically be northeast, and it's Carillon, where Lorcan annexes are from. Hua is across the lake, which is here, which that's the Yuan-Ti city. The Sacred Grove is here,
There we are.
where the token is, and the Wastelands are here. So if you want to
can't
go
even see
north,
that. Where
I
was the
didn't see
wasteland?
the wastelands.
Oh, it's
Oh,
very...
way up there. Ooh. And what's the purplish area on the map? This is Cinder asking.
burial, where Della was from, but she made sure she told you guys that there's a barrier. There's a magical barrier. Not
Okay.
everyone can get through that.
And the island, I forget the name of it.
The Isle of Knot.
Yeah. As in not
Nobody-
getting on this island.
You cannot. No.
Okay.
But the way Grace of the Gargantuan is going is south. It's towards the island. It's in a direct line towards the island.
South, you mean east.
Southeast, yes.
Next looks so wrong. She goes, if you give me a minute, I can consult something. She looks so wrong.
Okay, fine.
Consulting what?
She looks at Lawson.
Dex does shrugs and takes a swig.
I need I need some sort of perspective from, and she looks at Logan to see if he's even going to understand. I'm gonna try and commune with.
Rude.
I'm gonna try and because he has no idea about these things. To be fair, he goes, I'm gonna try and contact Johan.
Who's Johan?
She pulls out the book, back of holding, flips it. She knows which page it is, and shows him a picture of Johan.
Oh, Mr. Shelley.
She looks at him. Johan. And she closes the book.
Oh, wait. Why is he not ethereal?
She looks at him and goes, very good question. I shall ask him. But if you could all give me a minute, I just need.
You start hearing the noises of the city.
And
The crowd, a bit louder.
can I say, can we get out of the city and then plan where we're going?
Is there a good way? Is there a way we can get out of sight?
You are out of the city walls, so there is easily ways to hide outside of the city. Yes.
I say we set camp.
Next, is going. Yeah, we're gonna look around for a place so we can take temporary camp.
Okay, so it is kind of like outside of the city walls is like a bit of a shrubland, and then there's like forest area. So you can go into the forest area and try to find a place to camp.
Okay.
Or you can try to go towards the lake, but that means you have to cross the entrance of the city.
Let's find some woods.
We go to the woods.
I say woods. What
the
do you
woods
say?
would be kind of like this side.
It's good cover.
It will take you about, for you to be somewhere safe, it will take you about half an hour walking. It's not a lot, but I'd like you guys to give me survival or perception. Try to find a spot where it's hidden and where you think you're safe.
Who's good at survival stuff?
Nexus is not terrible.
Next is not terrible. Next will roll survival.
Okay, Nexus got 15.
Actually, because you roll perception, but is it
It's a
easy?
little perception, yeah.
Yeah. $18.
Nice.
Okay, so you both find a spot that is hidden, that is out of the way, that is comfortable, and you can start to set up camp whilst Nix tries to do whatever Nix is trying to do.
Alright. Question above table.
Mhm.
She's gonna cast augury because feet
Yeah.
stuff, right? It doesn't technically say it has to be her day.
It can be a date.
Right, that's fine then. So she's gonna find a nice little place in this camp. We found a little nook in the woods.
Just post the spell for me for a sec.
And I'll post a spell for you.
Okay, so what is your material component?
For this one, oh, that's interesting. It would have been her similar tokens worth. She's technically using it doesn't have to be component unless it's consumed. It doesn't have
But
to
it's
be.
you're not trying to contact Ellen. You're trying to contact Johan.
Hmm.
A different deity than the one you usually contact,
Mhm.
you're most connected to. So I would say that your Tinker Souls wouldn't necessarily work.
Hmm.
Ah.
What, knowing Johan, what would be an appropriate substitute?
I was trying to see what you had in mind.
I
What next?
wasn't expecting the. It's a fair point. I wasn't expecting it to be a different way. Give me a moment. I can take a look.
Okay.
But what would be a good
I mean,
substitute?
you can look at the guide. You know the guide of the gods. You can open it up, have a look at the symbol, have a look at the domain, have a look at his commandment, and try to come up with something. And
Okay.
Lurkin, what are you doing whilst Nyx is casting her spell?
Setting up camp.
Okay, just what, tents and
Yeah, tents. I'll get Cinder's help if he doesn't put any goop on the tents, at least.
so I will say whilst Nyx is doing this and whilst you take your time to think, Nyx is also starts helping setting up the camp until you see Nyx's actually let me see. Dice do have a story to tell. Until you see Nexus like stumble a little bit and kind of go behind a tree. And you hear like is it like scratching on the tree like badly, like
What?
yeah. But before
Let's
that,
get
what
it
happened-
on.
What is happening with Cinder?
Good question. What is happening with Cinder?
Cinder is helping to put up the tents and stuff. And I rolled sleight of hand to see if I got anything nasty on the tents. And I did not.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad that was a good
I,
job.
I probably should have done performance, but
Both Lorcan and Cinder realize that Nyx has stumbled and then walked behind some of the trees, and you hear bad scratching on the trees.
Huh? Nexus?
he's bigger than his bark.
Nexus? Come here, boy. No, I'm joking. Nexus. I'm gonna walk around to see what he's doing behind the tree.
I
Just
cast
a bit far away,
Fireball.
though.
As you start walking around to see Nexus, you this would be around the time you are finishing your roll research. Actually, have you thought of something?
Yeah, look, you go.
No, because it's supposed to be after you finish your roll.
Okay.
What's
So I
going to
just
happen?
looked up the symbol and the most appropriate thing for it would have been something that belongs to the earth, maybe. So gems come from the earth. So she's gonna substitute the component with some of the gems she has in her bag, and she's gonna use those.
25. Yeah.
Yeah, so she's gonna use those to like, kind of like, use them like you would do like dragon bones, but she's gonna use it to like roll and arrange them in different patterns to try and take you out.
I like it.
Mm.
So, what is your question for Johan?
So she closes her eyes and she prays that this is gonna work. So again, she hasn't cast this with the intention of contacting another deity. It's on her own, and she's gonna ask. Should we head towards the sacred grove, or and then it was the sacred grove, the wastelands,
Or the city of they used to be Yuan-Ti.
Hmm. Right. So let me just. Yeah, so she's basically gonna ask, should, what are basically the best course of action? So,
Okay. So you see, as you do this, you see a abandoned city, a ghost town.
Oh.
Countless houses in Asian style buildings that are empty. And it's like you have a point of view of somebody and you're just going through and it's just empty and there's scavenger animals everywhere and there's a lot of snakes protecting certain areas, and you see from this perspective somebody's clearly on edge and peek around a street, a deserted street, and you see what looks like a tanner walk by, and the person comes back trying to hide from it and peeks down another street and you see a winged demon fly by and you turn around to see what looks like this massive building, very run down, clearly seen battle, and with fires and explosions happening every other bit, and you see this person kind of try to hide again, back into one of these abandoned houses and coming face to face with another Tanro. And you get a sense that it's a war zone
Jeez.
with demons.
Does she is there any recognition? Does she get an idea what it is?
This is not the only thing you see. Then there's kind of like a planet, and you see this beautiful light gray sands and behind them this bit of a canyon, and it's all empty, and you see as this person is having to like run arm against the wind to protect their eyes from the sand, with this beautiful lake, massive lake, part of it with green waters, part of it with bluer waters, and you see it, and at first it's it's beautiful, it's peaceful, but then you suddenly feel this point of view hitting the barrier, and you're getting stuck and transformed into a statue of sand.
Whoa.
Wasteland.
And then no, you see the lakes.
Oh, this is
And then you see greenery and forest and a town going by, another town going by, and then a village that you and then you reach this area that has been, the ground is covered in lava. There is fire pits. There is, you know that you know the view, the aerial view we get from like Isengard, where after the orcs take over and are being created, it's kind of like that. You get the aerial view of an area like that with this massive palace and fortress, red and black, and then past that, just peaceful sand dunes with a massive sandstorm ahead. And you see yourself stop in front of the dunes, look towards that burnt, scorched area, and step forward into the dunes, and you see a beautiful woman in chocolate-like skin color and desert garb. Turn back to look at your point of view and smile and disappear into the sandstorm.
Huh.
This is what you see, and you will interpret it as you.
As that goes through her mind, I assume, flashing. Does she get at any point does she get like a positive tug in inclination towards one of those scenes that she feels?
So you definitely felt a negative one on the first one. Negative and positive on the second. Positive on the third, but with a hint of negative.
So the third one.
So basically it was a woe, a wheel and a woe, a wheel and a woe.
So just above the table, just to make sure she's got this correct. It's either the
So the
sacred
board
grove.
was Hiwa, Sacred Grove Voices.
Sacred grove being closer to us right
Yeah.
there. So
But you saw the transformation into a Kantanke.
so it was like a magical barrier,
Yes.
and the wasteland. Nothing bad happened, but
There's a sandstorm.
there's a sandstorm that you can't technically get through.
That's as far as you know. You saw the woman smile and go through it.
Suspicious.
So she's feeling like wasteland is probably more of a. Cause you said it was a woe,
It
a
was
wheel and a woe, a wheel and a woe, and then.
yeah. It was woe, wheel and woe, wheel and woe.
That's it. Okay.
So there's always a bit of a woe, but it definitely seemed least for the last one.
Whoa, really?
So it was a bit.
I'm
More
not
about-
supposed to give you the answer.
No,
You're supposed to figure it out.
I'm not. I'm not asking for the answer. I was just asking what felt.
I told
more
you what
positive.
felt. I told you what you saw, how your character felt about it. Up to you.
That's all. That's all I needed to hear.
Okay. So as Lorcan is approaching, you hear the scratching stops, and you hear a curling scream of pain before Nix's head turns in Lorcan's direction. His eyes flash yellow, and he drops.
Dead?
At least unconscious, as far as you can
Was it
see.
him that was scratching?
The trees behind him are definitely completely torn.
Guys, a little help. He's turning into a demon.
So
You heard the curling scream as you were coming out of the doorway.
Okay, so she snaps out of it, and she will immediately have to take that, put that aside for now, and she's gonna run towards where Lorcan is calling out from.
Is he unconscious? Can I go over to him?
You can go up to him. He seems unconscious at the moment.
Alright, I'm gonna try
Let's
to keep him
stay.
that way.
But when you approach him, you realize he had both legs with those weird scales. Right?
Yeah.
Now, Nexus only wears like he doesn't wear
Yeah.
really a top. He wears kind of a vest with nothing under it. So you see that his torso is now those same weird scales,
Oh no.
and part of one of his arms.
Nix. This is getting serious.
Next to the. I assume. Does she see Nexus on the floor?
Yep.
Okay. Nix then reaches into the bag of holding and pulls out the scroll of
You
Gregory.
also know that Cinder only has 1 month before it starts catching up to him because his goddess, he's already explained his goddess is not available to him going anymore.
Would Nix know how long it would take to get to the wasteland from here?
No, I don't think you would.
Longer than Walken has.
She'll ask her tomorrow.
You don't know any of that, but you can ask your companions. Some might do.
But obviously, is it obvious to her that this is a critical thing that's happening to Nexus?
You know that it takes about a week to 12 days for each transformation. And this is the first, like this is the second one you've seen. So that means that soon there'll be no turning back.
Okay, because I think correct me if I'm wrong. I think she used the scroll on him before. Was that?
No, you were
used
preparing.
You used it on the Cinder.
Did I use it on something?
Did he?
Yes, because Cinder had a point where he was getting worse.
But what wasn't that? Didn't Kura say Cinder?
He'll say Cinder, but it's true.
I didn't use. I
He's
used it.
not used
I
it.
used it on Nexus. Not.
One on Nexus?
I should have delayed it by a bit more.
Right.
So you said.
Let me look at the notes because I had him transform today.
You can still transform today. I'm just saying, does it help?
Yes, you're right. I do have a note that you added 10 days to it. So he has 9 days. True. I'm sorry, guys.
9 days
No,
left.
That didn't happen.
Oh.
She could still be on the floor. She'll run over to him and give him a check and see that it was maybe just like
A weird.
a weird side effect.
Yeah, with the side effect. I'm sorry, guys. I forgot about that.
Too late. I fireballed him.
Like so fireball. Oh me.
Good point. I did have it on my notes. I just had it was further down. So
No worries.
Okay.
I will delete
Sorry.
the previous one.
No, I'm done.
So he
Sorry.
has 9 days till the next phase. Okay. Sorry about that. Sorry to worry.
Can we get a long rest?
You set up camp. Nix, are you gonna share anything with your companion?
Right, so making sure Nexus is not. She has the scroll in her hand and she sees that he's not. Nothing's. She kind of nudges him. She goes, "That scared me like that." And she gives him. But then, as he's kind of getting up, she helps him to go. Tries to help him out. He's a big man.
Yeah, he's
And-
like, oh, that felt terrible.
She goes, "You're fine." She goes, don't be a baby." But then she kind of like it makes sure like no one's looking, and she gives him a kiss in the cheek. You're fine.
It's like that's the kind of thing I was looking for.
She didn't. She's like, she just smiles and looks away. She did. She kind of gets that she didn't want to do it in front of the other.
That's disgusting.
So Nix looks around, then to everyone and he goes, well, first of all, I think we should, I think it's a good place to stay. Second of all, I did consult Johan, and who's up for a trip to the wasteland? Looks at everyone. Look at Logan. Looks at.
Cinder,
Cinder.
give me a history or a survival with advantage, please.
History or survival?
And does anybody know how long it takes to get there? Because otherwise we might have to go somewhere else.
Would I have any idea?
You can also give me a history on survival, but you don't have it.
I got an 11.
I got a dirty 20 on history.
Okay. Apparently, Lorcan knows. Lorcan, as a gladiator yourself, there is all sorts of rumors and myths about the monsters and the storm in the wastelands. It is actually quite common for young, aspiring fighters to try to stay a week on the edges of the wastelands.
Oh, gargantuan.
Exactly. So you would know that to get to the edge of the wastelands, it would take about a week walk, a week's walk from Carillon. It took you about sorry. Yeah, it would take you about a week's walk to get to the wastelands from Carillon, and it took you about 3 days to get from Carillon to Suiana. So probably we're looking at about a week and a half to 2 weeks.
There you go, everyone. It'll take about a week and a half to 2 weeks to get to this place.
To the edges, to actually explore the wasteland, it can take months.
To find the sand.
So to get to the edge of the wastelands, it can take about 1.5 to 2 weeks. To find wherever place you need to find within the wastelands, it would take months. Nobody has ever returned from within the wastelands, and the only way to go around the wastelands has been by boat.
But obviously, no one goes to the wasteland and comes back.
So above table, why do we want to go there?
Above table, why we want to go there?
You have to ask next stuff.
Yeah, Nick
In the table. On the table.
did augury to ask one of the deities which place would be best to go. Out of the 3 that you know could help Cinder and Nexus, and the one that she felt was most likely to help was the wasteland.
Okay. I just want to say, I might have a month, I might have a week, I don't know. So, not that it matters, I'm going to die eventually anyways, but I'd like to stretch it out a little further.
You do know, Cinder. I don't know if you're saying that for the rest, but you do know that whenever Kura does what she did, lasts about 2 weeks, but that she said this time she would make it bigger. So you know you have about a month.
Okay.
But that's at best. You don't know between 2 weeks and a month how much you really got.
But I don't tell them that. Let them think I have less time.
That's what I'm saying. It's up to you how you reveal that. But I just wanted you to be aware of where you're at.
I have 2 weeks, y'all. I'll try to fight.
But Nix knows that the sands will slow down the process. This she already knows. So
whose?
of both.
Both. Okay.
Yeah. You just need to get that.
Let's do it.
There's 2 steps to it. To try to find the cure, you'd have to search the wasteland. But the sands will slow down the process already.
I have a question. That bag you have me climb into, will that halt the progress of my disease?
She looks at him. In a matter of speaking. She kind of looks at him.
What sort of manner?
In the dead kind. This will suffocate.
So
What?
It wouldn't help the light living.
No.
What if we run a hose through the opening and I can breathe through the hose and stay in there?
Looks at him.
Then I'll drown you in water. Sorry, but
She goes, it's not going to help. I'm sorry, Cinder. But I do have something that will slow down the process if it comes down to it. But the sands will help slow down your condition. So the most important thing is to get there. There
Well,
might be a way in. I was shown there might be a way in where most others cannot get in.
It sounds like a good plan. But first we need to make sure Nexus can get there.
Yeah, she looks up Nexus.
I'm fine. I just get a really bad pain.
You just had a spasm. She like shook.
It was from jumping.
why is he with us?
He pulled his back.
Nexus is. Nix will kind of get like a gist that she knows how much time he's got.
Okay.
Or whereabouts.
More or less, yeah.
He got.
Until he's fully turned, we expect him to have about 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, she goes. You have about 2 to 3 weeks, and I do have a scroll for. For either of you really. She doesn't know how long. Cinder has technically. So yes, I have a contingency, but again, the priority is to get that. I know the sands will slow this down.
Does our route take us through the Huanti area?
No. I mean, if you want to go that way.
I suggest no.
The quickest route would be best.
Okay.
Yeah, so the quickest road up north, as Larkin would know. Larkin, do you think Larkin would have a map?
Would he?
I don't think so. I think if anybody had a map of Methis, would have been Cinder. Because Cinder used to go town to town, right?
I don't know. I can't remember. I got brain damage.
Okay. Well, according to your backstory, you used to go from town to town.
Yes, I mean, yeah, I remember that. I just don't know if I have a map.
Roll me maybe 100.
Oh no.
A D100? 33.
No, you don't.
No,
Larkin,
I don't have a map. Sorry, y'all.
would Lorcan have a reason to have one?
Would he? What?
You were looking for Nexus. And
D100 is it?
You were looking for Nexus. Do you think you would have had a map of the possible places in the country?
I might have.
You think that would have been something Lorcan would have got?
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay, so roll your number. No, you don't.
None of us are map worthy.
Nix, how would you have gotten from Port Brace to Spiona?
Word of mouth.
That depends on. Would there be any good forms of transportation from Port Grace?
You would have to make it yourself. Correct.
I assume if that's the case, she would have to have traveled by. So no way of transport, like no caravans, no.
There are shipments and stuff that go between things, yeah.
Yeah, she probably would have consulted with the academy, the Port of Grace, and see how they get their supplies and which way to go, basically, to the cities and stuff. So she would have done. She would have arranged transport that way, and she would have traveled with people. She would have offered her services.
Okay, so nobody has really a map.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to say is, when you make your way from Morgan, you know that there are people in Carolon that know the way to the wastelands because of the whole gladiator test thing, right?
Yeah.
And you know because you know your way to Carolon from here because you made it to come find Nexus.
Yep.
So you would be the one who knows the way.
Okay.
But you would have to go to Carolon. Now, on your way here, the road from Carolon to Suyona passes through the Kobold city at the edge of the mountains, which is called.
So.
Bear with me. which is called Linksaka.
Ninsaka.
And as you know, kobolds are technically a lesser dragonkin that works for the Dragonborn. You guys are revered. You are the true dragonkin.
Awesome.
So you went by there just in case he was there because the road leads you there before turning back down to Sriona, going around the lake.
But they would,
It takes a couple of days to get to Caramel.
Yep.
So you can say that you do know the way to start, and you know somebody who might know how to get to this side.
Alright, no worries. So yeah, well, I know the way, guys, but, it's just a bit, well, it's an interesting journey.
Yes, I like that. Next is like, what? Where we going?
Carolon.
We're going home. I don't want to go home.
It's only on the stop. We just have to go through it.
Fine. I stay outside the city. Too many people know me there.
We could
Really?
disguise you.
Well, no, he could stay outside the city. I think disguising him. he'll
We
be
could put a
disguised
leash
by
on
the
him
time
and
we
say
get
he's a
there.
pet.
Christ. He might be a full demon.
I could always stay here and, you know.
No, you need to get to the desert.
That's true. Didn't we have to let,
No, we'll send a
see.
letter.
okay,
No.
I tried.
You tried. You failed.
I like putting a leash on him and pretending he's a pet.
Morgan, you're laughing, but you know this is would be a big offense to have a collar on a dragonborn.
Oh, I know.
That's why there's something
I'm no, next. Easy.
Hey, you know what I minded, but I'm telling you that what I'm saying is Morgan also knows.
Cinder,
That's not
actually, I don't know why, but Cinder doesn't like him. So,
Doesn't like who?
Nix
I
is...
have a theory why Cinder doesn't like Nixon, because Cinder also likes Nixon.
Ah!
Ooh.
This isn't about the
Interesting.
bibbies.
All I know is that the one time I said Cinder had a chance to play Nyx for a little bit, he wanted to impregnate her with Cinder's,
Oh.
Anyway,
Anyway.
quickly going. After she after she relays his information and everyone
What does
discusses it.
Morgan say?
Yeah. So what does Lorcan? What's the final say for Lorcan?
Yeah, I think we should go to Carolon, everyone. Next, do you think that's alright? Because we can pick up like a map there, and I know that the route on the way.
With what she knows,
Caroline is north.
Carolyn's, and she, with her, it would be a good place to probably stop by and get the lay of the land. She goes, that's pretty wise. Yeah.
And then Nexus can stay in the forest outside.
She looks at him.
Like a dog.
Looks at Cinder.
What?
No. He just wants to be in the forest.
Be
I
nice.
just don't want my mom or anybody we know finding me.
Because he looks like a big chicken.
Look here. I got a bollock. I got bollocks for getting the tattoo we both have.
Look,
Imagine if she sees this.
yes, those scaly chicken legs. Yes, I know.
They're not.
Next leans.
I'm not surprised if you don't start sprouting feathers.
Next leans into Lorcan. He goes, so you know his mother. She looks at Lorcan. She looks at Nex.
Unfortunately,
Everybody knows his mother.
Nix looks at Cinder. She goes, that's right too. She looks like good. She goes,
You see that, Cinder, give me an acrobatics or an athletics.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
does she see this and she turns to look back and see if this is retaliation?
Yeah, he's putting him in a headlock.
Who is next?
He's trying to.
And she turns, ah!
Oh, as he was about to try and get him in a headlock, Cinder like dodges out of the way.
Oh, there's enough slime there. It's fine.
She goes, Nexus, if you don't behave, I'm gonna tell your mother.
Oh, you don't.
Nah.
She goes, "Do I look like she looks at him like dead-eyed and goes, do I look like I'm joking? She like stares at him and she's like,
Larkin, you know that the one thing Nexus is terrified of
His mother.
is his mother.
Oh, I know. I am staying out of it because I know exactly what his mother's like, and I'm also terrified.
He glares at Nix, and he goes to sit in the corner.
Nix, you might get terrified yourself.
she goes, fair, but if it keeps him in line, she looks at you.
No, I'm being serious.
She goes, all right. She goes,
Like, imagine like Hydra, like fire and chaos.
Look
like-
at Logan, really concerned.
That's the image you get in your mind when you think of Nexus's mother.
No, she's kind of actually nudged that down.
Yeah.
That's
good.
how everyone describes her. She's crazy.
She looks at Cinder. No more jokes about mothers. And she holds up two fingers.
But
against
I've
Logan.
got pictures.
Nix is like, okay, that's strike three. So while she
Took
does
me
that-
forever to draw them.
You see, she pulls out of the bag of holding this.
Good question.
It look. It's well, it's the name. She pulls out a vial of this pasty-looking white tincture, and she's gonna look at Cinder, and she goes, and then looks at Nexus, and she's gonna, if you keep that up, I'm gonna have Nexus give you this, and she smiles at Cinder.
What is it?
That's for me to know.
It looks like milk that's gone bad.
Yeah, it's close.
I am glad I'm not involved in this, and and Logan's gonna go make sure the fire's still going.
Yeah.
Like,
It is winter, so you definitely need a fire. What are we doing then in terms of assay?
we will send a letter to her when we get to the next second one.
Okay.
Mm.
And you're staying here for the night.
Correct.
Yeah.
Affirmative.
Okay. All right, and you make your way to Caroline.
Yes. Do we need to set up watch?
I will take first watch. I'll keep an eye on things.
Nah. Are you practicing? Are you?
Next will go after him. Actually,
Okay.
next will take last watch actually.
Okay.
That's okay.
Cinder, Larkin, do you take second watch then?
Logan doesn't really want to take a watch, but yeah, he will.
Nexus also doesn't want to take a watch, and he'll point out that he's the one that saved everybody, so he's done his job for today.
Excuse me.
With that in consideration, Nix goes, all right, you can swap with me. Just pats him.
Yeah, we're not going to make it through the night.
With the 9 perception, it depends on another roll, which I don't know.
Oh, wait. Oh, wait, that's persuasion. Darn it.
She can persuade the DM to not attack.
Reroll point.
It's a 62.
You can.
There. I mean for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can reroll. That's fine.
Your perception.
Okay. Reroll point again.
Oh!
My last reroll point. I mean, that's why they're there, right? To burn through them. Perception.
Oh, you can
Oh my
only-
god!
I'm making him re-roll again.
Yes!
How many rerolls can we use?
Let's.
Well,
13?
I'll accept that. Oh, is there a rule on how many? Sorry.
Technically.
Damn it.
technically, there is a rule.
Make it clear, so.
I'll have my re-roll point back then.
Yes.
It won't
So
go back.
technically, only Simba.
You need to right click it and click take card. Cinder.
What?
Here's your roll back.
That means
You
we
can only do
fail.
one. That means your perception is a 9.
Okay.
However, nothing happens on your watch.
Well, I
that's
spent 2 rerolls.
You got what you couldn't.
You one,
You used one,
which
you
was
can't.
lower than the first, so your first stays. You can use 1, you can't use 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
we can't use 2?
Oh, you
No,
got
so
one.
the rule in Methis has been for a long time, but it's you guys not played for ages. So you probably didn't remember. I did remind everyone at the start of the session. It's 1 reroll per roll.
Okay, sorry.
No, okay.
Okay, well, in that case, I'll use a reroll.
Correct.
Now,
So nothing happens on your watch. Who's taking second watch?
Lorcan will.
Okay, Larkin, roll me perception.
Uh, 15. No, 14. 14.
14.
You also got 11 on one.
Oh yes, I forgot about that. Thank you.
Next notes.
Nothing happens. On your watch, you.
I'm just so none of us can be surprised within 30 feet, by the way.
I know. And
Next.
next, last watch.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Not bad. 15. Could she guide herself?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I shall be guide. That was a thought. So, 19.
Thank you. Okay. Next, on your watch, you are keeping an eye out. You are very stressed out from the angry mob and the demons that you fought. You're especially concerned if they have any way to trace you and come find you. And it's still on your mind how you couldn't chase that last demon.
Right when.
Where it went and how the body of the other one was slowly disappearing. And you hear this large wings fluttering
Oh no.
overhead, and you slowly look up.
Mid tinker. Because that's how she was. She looks.
Is it within 30 feet yet?
And she looks up, and you see a winged creature 100 feet up. Fly past. And you stay, and you watch, and you watch. At some point, you no longer see it.
That's interesting.
You stay on edge for a good half an hour after that. And nothing else happens.
That's strange.
So, she takes note of that, writes it down. She will then take that time to, because she can do, would she be able to, first of all, because she has some infusion she can do. Could she do that on, like, for the rest of her watch, keep an eye out on things?
Yeah, and you also have your letters, I believe are not finished.
And that was the next thing I was going to say.
Yes.
Do letters. She can do all that?
Yeah, you can do your infusion and roll me for your letters. if I remember correctly, it's an intelligence check, which you can guide yourself for. And you have to have a DC 20. Have you been keeping track of how many?
I've done 2.
DC 20.
No. And you've done more.
No, I've done 3.
Yeah,
We
so
haven't
this
been able to
This
do.
is the fourth.
This
day.
is the 4th. Yeah.
Yes.
No, I thought it was only 2 because of.
No, but there was a day where you did double.
Yeah, that's the.
So this is the fourth day.
This is the way. We haven't done it in a while. Okay. So yeah, she's done imbuing certain items with a magical power. She's going to turn towards.
It's just one infusion, right?
Oh, at this low she can. She has up to 3. So she can technically do 2 infusions during this time.
Okay.
Yeah, just 2 infusions and then she'll.
One.
Yeah, sure. She will take out a small signet ring, and she will start to. She'll pull out her Tinker's tools, and she's going to start muttering an incantation, and she's going to channel her power that she derives from Dellen, and she's going to imbue the signet ring with lingering. She's going to siphon some of that power she gets from him and imbue it into a spell refueling ring, which is basically a ring that allows her to recover and extend a spell slot of 3rd level or lower. So she makes that one, and the next one is she's going to take out the ink she uses to mostly for writing, but she's used it before for this to describe like an arcane tattoo, and that's what she starts. She does it on her wrist, and she does the gnomish characters for protection. She's doing a spell rock tattoo of silvery bars basically on her wrist.
That's cool.
That takes her a little bit, and once it's done and it's inscribed, she's going to turn towards her notes. Take a breather.
That's
It's
really
helping with
cool.
the stress, especially after seeing whatever that was in the air. And she will do a roll to pull out the notes. Deco.
Alright.
And
Very cool.
she does delegate. Which is like,
Valentine.
I will reroll that one. I can do 1 reroll for that one.
Alright.
It's not going well.
Nah. I think I lost it all.
Do you have inspiration?
These dice
Do
are
I
rigged.
get inspiration for saving everyone's lives?
For your bag of holding things? Sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy. Should I use another 5? Concern.
The
Boy.
problem is if he fails one, he has to start from scratch.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. You've got, and Pegasi can manipulate you.
He
You fail
passed.
again.
And the
Oh, we passed.
no, I did, it was an 18.
Ah.
Is that enough?
It's a DC 20.
Oh.
2. 20.
Oh, me.
No, but it's an intelligence, so you add your modifier.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, but I rolled 2 as well.
Yeah. Over.
That's true. Yeah, I forgot. I'm intelligent.
So yeah, so please make note that you have 5 out of 7. 2 more days, and you'll decide which will be. And well done. Morning breaks. Eventually, everybody wakes up. The one thing I think you guys were not very prepared for is food.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna say you have enough rations to just have about a breakfast, but you actually don't have more food for the next day or the day after that. And Linksaka, which is the next place over, is 2 days away.
We'll find some food.
Well,
So you'll have to find some food during today.
well, Nyx doesn't have food. She does water with the alchemy joke.
Yeah, the water is important, but
no food. Yeah.
no food. You are next to a river, so
Fish.
you had 14 days of rations because you bought food, but you gave most of the food to
Bang.
Cavern and to Bang.
So I need to remove all my food?
Keep 1 ration because you guys are gonna have to find some more food during this
Okay.
day.
And plus, we did just jump in a river with it all.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
about one is salvageable.
That'll make me lighter at least.
Yes, it
Yeah.
will. And you guys can start trekking your way to Lingsaka, to the Kobold town. Great job, guys. It was fun. It was good to be back.
Oh, we're ending?
Yes, you guys start your way, and we'll end it here and see what happens during your travels next time, next week.
Okay. I would like to thank everybody for tuning in. All
Yes,
two
and
of them.
I'd like to just remind everybody that there is a mail system in Methis, which I believe you guys, the players, know is the owl folk who runs the mail system. So seeing winged creatures flying at night,
We don't know that.
the players do and the characters.
Okay. So, sorry.
I believe one of you was an owl folk. They refused
Yes,
to be
yes.
part of the mail system.
No.
So I'm just gonna remind that it was great that you guys got scared, but I thought it was pretty obvious. They would have been the mail system, but nobody remembered. So I'm just making sure the players take a deep breath
Whoops.
that you're fine.
The thing is, Nick's had demons on the mind, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all did.
So, forgive me, but I didn't remember who was an Alan delivering mail.
There you go. You guys are out of Suyana. You guys got a level up, and soon you'll get another big reward for everything you did. You will get income from the inn. I will roll for weekly income.
How did he get it to us?
Mail.
I say
Alan.
through Alan. And who knows? It's, different Alans deliver the mail, so we
Yeah.
might have cameos at some point. People you know. But yes, you are now starting your journey from Suyana.
Yay!
On we go.
Onward you go. Amazing. Well done.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone.
So, if you enjoyed our session, don't forget to follow, subscribe to our channel. We are an amazing community, and there's lots of games you can be a part of. So join our Discord and check out our shop as well for some really cool merch. The links are in the chat. And I believe we also have a sponsor for this month, which is the Dungeon Boys, which is an amazing podcast by one of our Discord members and partners, DBDM or Justine Dungeon Daddy. She is amazing. Go check out the Dungeon Boys. The podcast is incredible. You can find it anywhere where you get your regular podcasts. And it's a space adventure with some really interesting twists and some awesome characters. And they're all awesome, and you should check it out, and they're great. So they're doing a massive giveaway at the moment. So if you go check it out and listen to their episodes and participate, that'd be great. And thank you all.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoyed it. Good night.
Good night.
See you next time.